$1 million made at the age of 18.
I have just made my first $1 million profit by the age of 18.
Scamming allegations.
Iman Gadzhi is completely full of shit.
Fraud allegations.
Iman Gadzhi, he's a fraud. He's a scam.
What is the actual truth? How does Iman Gadzhi actually make his money today? And what can you do to replicate it in your life? Now, I'm gonna get straight into the real talk just right off the bat. I see a lot of people saying,
look at people at the top and do what they do, not what they say.
Is what the person is saying following with what they're doing?
And I know where they're coming from when they say that, but it will never work, simply because you're at different stages of your business journey. You cannot at this point of your journey decide that you're going to sell a $1,500 course or subscription, because chances are, if you're watching this, you don't know anything yet. So instead of doing what they say or what they do what they did, because business principles are timeless. So in this video, I will break down exactly what Iman did at different stages of his business journey, starting from the very beginning. This man, like many others we'll see on this channel, started off providing a service. Not a product, not a course, a service. And he was initially a personal trainer for his friends' parents in high school, very similar to Alex Hormozi. And so if you're in high school, young, and just starting off, this is a good thing to take note of. With this business model, he peaked at about $200 per month, which isn't bad for a teenager in high school. Now, after this is when he finally made the transition to online business, and he started by reselling Instagram accounts, which was profitable at the time. I don't know too much about the financials and profitability of it now, so if you want to look into it, that's up to you, but I wouldn't hold my breath on it being worthwhile. After this, he transitioned to social media management, not to be mistaken with social media marketing or SMMA. So this means he'd go to local businesses and offer to post and manage their social media accounts, mainly Instagram and Facebook. He invested £400 on a new camera to kickstart this new era of his life, the online business era, and I believe he ended up making a couple hundred, if not up to £1,000 per month during this time. Still within the same era, he would transition to a higher opportunity earning vehicle, being SMMA. Hate it or love it, this shit was absolutely printing at the time, and this business model is what he owes everything to. To most people, this is the beginning of Iman's journey, and it's definitely the one he talks about more anyway when he brings up his start. This is what he credits to allowing him to finally reach the 10K per month mark and up to about $50,000 per month. However, once he started making money from his agency and had enough social proof, he would then finally produce a course. This is what allowed him to become a millionaire at the age of 18. He'd only have to sell 670 copies of his course at its price points of $1,500, and at this point, he had less than 1 million subs for sure, maybe only a couple 100,000. And this is where the strategy comes into play. For this funnel to work, he would have to fix his image from new money to old money. So over the coming months and even years, he first of all pretty much cut out the lifestyle vlog content he was posting before and went all into his SMMA content. He would talk about watches, not flashy rapper watches, but classy, elegant, expensive watches. He would wear high quality clothes. He never wore Gucci or Louis Vuitton or any of the flashy high-end brands. He wore simple, inconspicuous clothing that you wouldn't know is expensive unless you're in that tax bracket. All this is to say, he gave off old money vibes, which made him more credible for some reason. It wasn't common seeing someone who got rich from internet money act like old money, so that was a huge factor to his appeal. So now that his external image was in order, it was time to construct his $30 million funnel, and it all started with YouTube. He transitioned from laser-focused agency content to general money advice. So basically, he made the top of his funnel as wide as possible to capture the most amount of people who wanted to make money online. This only worked because he had already established authority in his agency niche, so he was able to go wider. From late 2017 all the way up to about 2021, He had a link to growyouragency.com in almost every video, if not every video. This accounts for millions of views, and if we just do the math, if he converted 1/4% of 1 million views, that equals 2,500 customers, which is about $3,750,000. So it's not hard to see how he got to millionaire status and even surpassed it. However, it was at this point he would do something so counterintuitive. But this thing that I'm about to mention is precisely what got him from the $1 million a year to tens of millions a year. So listen up. He took out all mentions of his course in the description of his videos. As a matter of fact, some videos literally had no description. And then once every couple of months, he would have a Netflix-style event, documentaries if you will, released once every 2 days over the course of a week. And during these events is when he'd sell.
Literally sell something twice a year. That's it.
But you may be asking yourself, okay, well, what about the rest of the year? Well, at the start of every year, he puts out almost a full guide of sorts where he shows how to make 10K per month with SMMA or just in general. And these videos are the only videos where he advertises his courses and products on. Then every other video on his channel for the rest of the year links back to these videos. And he's able to make statements like,
Go look at my YouTube videos, you will not find one link on a YouTube video,
which allows him to maintain his credibility and image, which he's basically alluded to himself.
And I think that's also why I've had such good longevity.
So you know I'm not just pulling this out of thin air, and that is the exact funnel on how he makes his money today. Obviously, his Netflix style events are also supplemented by email lists and Telegram groups and things of that nature, but those are just to help make sure people don't fall through the cracks. Notice how there are levels, almost like rungs of a ladder, where every stage leads to the next, or even like building a house. You must finish everything at the current stage to full completion before you move to the next step, because these things serve as foundations for the next step, and everyone knows why you cannot have a bad foundation. And this is precisely the reason why you cannot copy what these successful people are doing now, but rather you should copy what they did to get to where they are. Make sure you build a strong enough foundation in each stage, and only after can you move on to the next level of the house, the next rung in the ladder. At least that's what I'm doing. I'm giving away my plan to $1 million in real time. Literally all you have to do is follow along on my YouTube and Twitter and just copy everything I do, because I know I will get there, and if you follow along, you will get there too.